I did not.
I didn't either. But
I did. Almost won some money on it.
Oh, nice. Who won?
McElroy won.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I was my son was like, he was like, come on, Roy. I was like, I don't care. Just hit under 70. That's what I was betting for.
Oh, yeah.
And the one that screwed me was I've been doing prize picks. And the guy that messed me up was Reed. He went 73, I think. And I had him going 71. And then the day before that, round 3, I guess, I had one guy. I would have made like $800. And he went. I had him going over 71.5, and he went 71.
Oh, yeah. That's why I can't do that, man.
No. I mean, it is. I mean, it's cool because it brings some interest for events to you that you wouldn't normally have as much rooting interest in. You know, just to have $5 on it or whatever. But still, I haven't done it in a while. But all right, let's hit the intro. We'll get it going. Where's Adam Hood? Where are they at? Where they are?
There it is.
You've arrived at the Texas to Tennessee podcast, your home for your favorite independent artists and a couple of guys you've never heard of.
Who?
It was Texas, it was Tennessee. It was what I had coming to me. You were unlike anything.
Howdy, folks. You have arrived at the Texas to Tennessee podcast. Welcome in. If you haven't done your taxes yet, now would be a good time to start. Maybe you shouldn't be here, but we're glad to have you here either way.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Soul Gravy, how are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
A little bit since I've been on, so I'm excited to see you.
I know. We had technical issues last week.
I tried last time, but it didn't work.
Yeah. But it was a great episode, even though, you weren't there.
I think it was probably twice as good. So, well, folks, we'd like to thank our friends Evan Boyer and Adam Hood every time for the introduction, even though we don't always remember to thank them every time. Evan's got those dulcet tones, and Adam, listen to Adam laugh is one of my favorite things. So, appreciate that on the intro. Subscribe wherever you watch, if it's YouTube or Facebook. We would love a subscription. It's free. It takes 42 seconds to leave a review on Apple or Spotify. I tried that out the other day. I didn't actually leave a review, but probably just as well. So we are very fortunate tonight. Mason Marek is with us. Welcome in, Mason.
What's up?
How you doing?
Good.
Appreciate you making time for us.
Yeah. How do you know that it takes only 42 seconds to leave a review?
I timed it.
But if I just typed hi, you're doing great.
Well, I mean, I'm a man of few words, so it's pretty easy.
That's really all he did type. He just took him that long to see his phone.
Right. 100%. Put the stopwatch on it. Great question now. Mason, I want you to take a couple minutes and give us a little bit of your backstory, if you could.
All right. My name is Mason Marek. I live in a little town called New Ulm, Texas. It's like it's in between Houston and Austin. If you look on a map, it looks like a triangle. Like College Station's up here, Austin's over here, and then Houston. I can't remember if it's be backwards on the phone or whatever, but College Station's up top. Then it's Austin, then it's Houston, and I-10 runs like at the bottom. So it's like a good old triangle right there. If you know where Brenham, Texas is at,
I do.
I'm a little bit south of that. Bluebell ice cream. And
the best.
I got 5 kids, a 6th one on the way. Work for my family business, my dad. And I also help out my mom. My grandpa started my great-grandparents started a phone company back in the early 50s, I think. And they still do it today. And so I kind of helped them do some of the dirty work, but than that, it's, a bunch of family stuff going on, and I don't like to play music, and I think I'm all right at it. And
I would agree.
I guess that's it.
I would agree. Well, that's a great intro.
Yeah.
Soul Gravy, he gave you a clue there, in case you want to do some real quick study. The town in question tonight Folks, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, we do something every episode called Why Are They Famous? This is Why Are They Famous New Ulm edition. Good news for you, Soul Gravy. There's only, according to Wikipedia, which may or may not be correct, there's only a population of 285 in New Ulm.
Probably less than that. I think a few
Less than
died so far.
Famous people moved out, right? Except for you.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. There's a few. They live in Austin County.
So we're going to use Austin County as a base here, Soul Gravy. I know for sure you're going to get one. The rest of them, tough to say.
Okay.
First person who's from Austin County, his name is William Preston Longley.
I'm not sure if I'm familiar with Bill Longley.
Distinguished name.
Mm-hmm.
William Preston Longley. Mm-hmm. He's also known as Wild Bill Longley. Does that help you?
I got you. I'm following what you're. Yeah, I got you. I'm familiar with his work. Yeah, he was a little wild, right?
Yeah, he was
at least that's what he gave himself, the name anyway.
American Old West outlaw and gunfighter, noted for his ruthless nature, speed, and gun with a quick temper, unpredictable demeanor.
Mm-hmm.
The big words. He's considered to have been one of the deadliest gunfighters in the Old West. So he's from Austin County. Shout out.
So when did the Old West become the New West? I'll have to look that up.
Probably after this guy passed, 1878.
I'm just wondering what the cutoff was.
Badass.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Soul Gravy, 0 for 1. But maybe I'll give you a half credit because you guys, once I threw in the wild, you kind of got the idea. All right, Huey Long.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think he had anything to do with Lewis and the News. So
no,
or Donald Duck.
You're not far off. You stayed in that world.
Oh, he was a journal. He was a newspaper person, journalist.
No,
shit.
He's a musician.
Oh, he was a musician.
R&B
but he also
guitarist.
wrote for the newspaper.
Yeah, R&B guitarist, singer and band leader who was a member of the quartet, the Ink Spots.
Okay.
You have that on vinyl?
I do.
All right.
I do. I don't know why, but I do.
There you go. Little Ink Spots for you. All right. Kelly Kaminsky is our third contestant.
It's my cousin.
Okay.
There we go. We freebie, Soul Gravy. Mason's
I'm not familiar, but who is he?
She's in the Hall of Fame of a certain sport that is part of the Old West.
Okay. For horse, I'm assuming.
Does that help?
I don't know. With the way you're holding your hands, all I can think of is like the horse outside the grocery store.
Right.
Hopefully she's not in the Hall of Fame for that.
Barrel racer, Soul Gravy.
Oh, I got you. But the way you, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I got you. I think, was she a 2-time world champion?
I think so. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure.
Early 2000s.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Kelly.
All
right, Soul Gravy. Got some momentum. Got a chance on these last two.
Okay.
This one, I'm going to give you the middle name because I think it might screw you up.
Okay. Thanks.
Gentleman's name, he's from Sealy, Texas. His name is Eric Dimitric Dickerson.
That would be, he was a running back for the Cowboys.
He was.
And I think the Rams.
The Rams, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Eric had one of the more interesting recruitments.
Was he with the Cowboys?
I don't think he was on the Cowboys.
No, he was with the Rams. Okay.
We're just roll with it.
Gotcha. Thanks.
I mean, he played pro football. You were in the ballpark.
I got you.
There's a wild story about his recruitment. This would have been the time right about pretty close to where SMU went on the death penalty when they lost their football team. He may or may not have been involved in that.
Gotcha.
But if you enjoy interesting recruiting stories, that would be a good one to follow. All right.
Yeah.
Next up, Emmanuel Sanders. I skipped the middle name.
I mean, that could be a couple different people.
Could be.
So I'm not 100% sure. Is that Bo? No. Sanders. Jeez, I don't know.
No,
You'll have to
but
tell me the middle name.
You're in the ballpark.
Ballpark, yeah.
He's a pretty well-known wide receiver. Also played for SMU. Pretty sure he won a Super Bowl with the Broncos.
2 of them.
Also
he won one with the Steelers and one with Manning in Denver.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So I didn't like him then. Well, he was a Bronco.
He would have been my senior, I guess. Or I was in 8th grade. He was a senior.
Okay, so you got to see him play some.
Oh yeah. I used to hang out with him. Him and I guess his manager would be, his name is, we call him Jabo, but that was his cousin. And then my cousin Lucas Licky, he played for the Yankees and he played for the Seattle Mariners. Them two were like the same class and went pro and both things. And,
I wish I would have known Lucas was your cousin because he was on the list, but I didn't think Soul Gravy would know who he was.
Yeah. Then there's also do you know who? Well, hold on. Go ahead. If you got more.
No, that's it. We're done. That's 5 and out.
So there was two brothers, and I don't know the year gap, but they were one of the most like the. Let me think. They were one of the, I guess, pioneers of football.
Oh, okay.
I think his name is Ernie Coy and Ted Coy.
Sounds right. I do remember seeing those names, so that makes sense.
Yeah, and they're one of their grandsons used to play keys for me.
Oh,
and they used
very
to
cool.
come to my grandparents' house all the time and come and eat dinner and stuff like that.
I mean, this feels like a fair question, Mason. How many of the 285 people do you think you know?
Man, I don't know. There's a lot of newbies. Like I said, a lot of people left, but for the most part, I'm good with faces more than names.
Yeah, fair enough.
But if they don't know me, they either there's one. I did a Shiner Bock commercial one time, and there's this guy there. His name is Dominic, and he's from Brenham. And he said, "Your last name's Mark?" And I was like, "Yes, sir." And he goes, "Yeah, your daddy, he's a good dude." And I was like, "Why you say that?" He's like, "I was talking to him one time, and my teeth fell out, and he picked them up and he dusted them off his shirt and gave them back to me." I was like, "Who the hell would pick up somebody's teeth?"
I mean, that's impressive. I feel bad for the guy that lost.
Somebody hears my last name and they're like, "I think I know somebody." I know a lot of people too, but whatever.
Shout out to your dad.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I need a friend like that. All right, well, folks,
I hate it when that happens.
That's the end of Why Are They Famous? We'll tune in tomorrow night with who's on tomorrow night, Soul Gravy?
Oh, look, I just looked earlier.
But, hey, put the intern on that.
I know.
We'll figure that out at some point.
I'll tell you another one. It's not Austin County, but it's pretty close. It's in Fayette County. He plays for the Ravens, I think, right now. J.K. Dobbins.
Oh yeah, running back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, there's two more. There's one in Brenham and one in Burton. One plays for the 49ers. He's a linebacker. I can't remember his name. He's from Burton. And then there's Cortland Sutton. He plays for the Broncos.
Oh, yeah. The whole Broncos wide receivers team.
And Austin Meade.
Austin's from close by?
He's from Brenham. Well, he's from Victoria, but he went to school in Brenham.
Yeah, for sure. Victoria's come up a couple times. So, Gravy, you would have done better with Victoria. You got Steve Austin and Sunshine.
I was thinking that somebody that we've had on in the past that there was something to do with the Bluebell factory too, but
probably
I can't remember.
I guess if you like the Old West, my grandparents, my great grandparents got land from Stephen F. Austin first 300.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah,
that's wild.
So if you ever go through Belleville, they have a Stephen F. Austin big old statue up.
Is that the one that looks like it's made out of soap?
Yeah, it's just his head and shoulders.
I know which one you're talking about.
It's kind of funny you said soap because it is his head and shoulders.
Hey, there we go. Well done.
I never even thought about that till now.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Well, Well done.
That's content you'll only find here, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. I feel like I learned a lot tonight. I love it when the guest brings information, because usually I have to go search out this information.
Usually they just look at us
Incredibly
like we've,
taxing.
lost our minds.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, Mason, we're going to ask you a little bit about music, since that's why we have you here.
All right.
This question is a little bit strange, so you got to kind of bear with me. We call it the pie question, and we divide up the pieces of the music business into 4 slices. So first slice is songwriting. The second slice is recording. The third slice would be performance. And then the fourth slice is everything that you signed up to do music for. So changing tires on vans, doing social media, doing podcasts, things that are not necessarily directly related to doing music, but you end up spending a whole bunch of time on. So the first part of the question is, which one of those areas feels most like home for you?
I would say the songwriting. I was about to say, like, that's probably the most delicious part of the pie.
Yeah, there you go. I like that.
Songwriting part.
So how did you figure that out right away, that songwriting was kind of your thing that you really enjoyed?
Maybe. I think, like, I remember being my grandpa, the one that kind of started with the phone company. He used to ride around and play and stuff. Had his own band. It was called I think they had a band called Galen Ackley and the Texas Gentlemen, or the Playboys, or something like that. And they would go around and stuff. And he did more like impressions of like Hank Snow and like Roger Miller, and all the old classic ones.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I kind of got into it just because I liked writing short stories. And I would write stories when I was like 4 or 5. Like, you remember that Chevy Chase movie, that Funny Farm?
Oh yeah.
I used to make a version of that with like kung fu fighting chickens and turtles that were kind of like the Mutant Ninja Turtles, And I don't know. I always had fun just with the imaginary part of it, and just putting them together, putting lyrics and making it rhyme. I guess it was always pretty cool.
At what point did you kind of transition from writing short stories or whatever into going like, hey, I think this actually could turn into some music?
I stopped after he died in 2001. We had a lot of people die in 2001, actually. But I graduated in 2009, and I kind of got into it around 2008, I guess, or 2009. And then there's this bar called Smokey's Ice House in Belleville. And somebody told me that there's an open mic, and I kind of got the courage to go. And well, actually, I take it back. There's a store. If you ever catch it, go through Brenham. It's called Kenny's Store.
Yeah, sure.
And it's not too far from my house. And we used to go there with my grandpa, and where the stage is now. There used to be a bunch of old timers, and they would sit there with guitars. No mics, nothing else. And the way the bar used to sit was, when you walk in, it was right there in the middle of the dance floor, where the dance floor is now. And I can't remember her name, but she used to have a shotgun underneath the bar. So if somebody ever got too rowdy, she would put it in their chest and tell them to leave. And she would say a few expletives, But it was just fun watching them do that. And so they built the stage and all that stuff. And then we do an open mic on Thursdays, I think, or Sundays. And then I heard about this place called Smokey's. And then that's when I really tried, because nobody was listening. Everybody's too busy drinking or talking around the fire or whatever. And so I told the guy who owns it, Gary, which we actually had the same birthday on the same day. And it's almost exactly like 22 years or something like that. Something crazy, just weird, And we're the same type of guy, same type of person and stuff. And anyways, he's like, you got something you ever wrote? I was like, yeah, I got this song. And he's the one that got me into like actually recording stuff. And he just always told me, if you don't record it now, you're going to regret it when you get my age. And
good
that
advice.
kind of helped a lot. And I just, I never was looking for the whole like spotlight thing. So when stuff like that happens, it's just still kind of shocking, I guess. But I never really thought. I don't know. The main reason I even did it was just to clear my head. It had somewhere for it to go, rather than scream in a pillow or, have anger issues and take an axe to a tree or something like that.
It's the best therapy around, man.
Yeah.
All right. So, in terms of your songwriting, are you a solo guy, or do you like to team up with other folks, or what's kind of your approach?
Kind of depends. Sometimes, like, I drive dump trucks for my dad, and every once in a while, most time I'm in a dump truck, and I'll just maybe the truck will make a funny noise, and I just like a blown out tire. I was like, okay, I can do something with that, and or I'll just get some words that come pop in my head. I just actually yesterday, me and Logan Ryan and Austin Meade sat down, and we got a song out. But it's weird doing it with a group because you're kind of like, you don't want to put something out there that might sound stupid, and maybe you don't know how to say it the correct way, and then they kind of have to dissect it and say it a different way, I think that way is kind of fun because you also get to hang out and talk shit and stuff like that, and you just kind of get a feel for what kind of like they do, and maybe in the future it makes it easier, But sometimes I've done it where you sit down with somebody like me and Logan. We've sat down before where usually we just get too drunk and start playing pool somewhere, and it just doesn't work out.
Sometimes you got to get from point A to point B. So
yeah,
win.
Yeah. Sometimes you need that one guy of the group like Austin, like where he just hey, let's do this,
Right, kind of driving the
I like all of them. I really like the duo just because if it's you and a buddy of yours that you've known for a while, and you're like, man, or maybe you're just sitting there just playing a little something, and then all of a sudden it just comes out and he says one phrase and that's it. You just have the rest right there in your hands.
Do you prefer to start with the melody first or lyrics, or is it just as it comes, or is there a certain process for you that works better?
It kind of happens in all different ways, I guess. Like I know, like in the dump truck, I'll get words and then I'll do like a voice memo, whatever. I have so many where it's just like me going da 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 da, some weird
totally
stuff,
normal. Yeah.
And then I'll what else? And then sometimes like if you just sitting around, my favorite thing is probably sitting with a guitar and just playing some stuff, My thing I always heard, I think it was Robert Orkeen, maybe it's Brent Cobb, one of them, where they kind of like they say, like, if you want to write a song about trains or write a song about an airport or whatever, you got to kind of go there, get the smells and get all the senses and all that kind of stuff. And that's probably my favorite. I would say that's my favorite. Sitting outside, listening to all the noises, and like this fan is kind of annoying me right now, but you could write something about that,
Sure.
But you could also make it into a funny little ditty, like it don't have to be nothing serious, And I've always thought if you make an idea or you have an idea and then you can get it out, it gives more room for all the other stuff to come in too.
Yeah, Gravy. We've had a few folks that have talked about how important your environment is to your writing. Mm-hmm. And specifically, I remember when we had Tennessee Jet on, he talked a lot about what his environment looked like, and like that being a big part of kind of how he absorbed what he wanted to bring on. So I think that's cool to hear that other people are doing that as well. So
and the new album, or the latest album, had a total different feel than the other ones, and he had moved in between times, right? If I remember that.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, super cool. All right, well, I'm going to hand you off to Dr. Gravy, and he's going to ask you some much better questions, so hang tight here.
Well, as far as with your original music, I don't know. We've asked this question several times, but I like to hear the everybody's answer on it. I want to know, when you were playing some of your original music, do you remember the first time or the first situation where someone was like really paying attention. Like you said earlier that everybody was drinking and not necessarily paying attention. And that's what, 90% of it is, right? But when that other percent happens, when somebody was actually paying attention, that wasn't family, it wasn't, friends, um, and they actually were digging what you were doing. Do you remember when that moment would have happened?
Yeah, there's like two that really stick out to me. The first one was I was down on the coast in Matagorda or Sargent down there, and there's this. We were playing on this gooseneck trailer on this on the intercoastal there, and I was playing that song Drifter, and it's about a homeless veteran I met, and anyways, the veteran after the song, he's sitting there and he's drinking, and a lot of times I put sunglasses on because I gotta close my eyes because I have bad ADD or I just can't focus and I forget all my words and stuff. Mm-hmm. And anyways, I had him closed and he was standing kind of by the door over there. And then I opened him and he's like right up on the stage and there's like nobody else there. Everybody else is sitting and drinking, eating their crawfish and stuff. And it just kind of freaked me out for a minute. And then afterwards he gave me his they have those commander coins. And he ended up giving me his commander coin, and he was like, "Man, I love that song." And me and him are still friends to this day, and he builds a bunch of bars and stuff like that, and does like wildlife management. And he's just a good dude. He was a sniper in the Marines, and gave me that. And then the second one is I had this song called "Love You to the Moon and Back" about this dream I had about my oldest daughter having cancer. And which she doesn't have cancer. In the end of the song, I kind of explain it's a dream. But I was playing at this bar next to my house, and there's this guy, and I just noticed, he's there for a minute, and then he's gone, and then he's there for a minute, and then he's gone. And then after I got done playing the show, he was like, "I just love that song that you played about your daughter." And he's like, "Did she die?" I was like, "No." And then I kind of felt like I asked because I was like, "Well, if you listen to the end of the song, you notice that she doesn't die." And he's like, "I couldn't do it because my son died of cancer 2 years ago." I was like, wow, what an ass of me. But and then it gives me goosebumps. But he's still a good dude, and that's like the two times I can really think. Like that, I've really noticed that people listen. There's another song I have called "Broke Down in Blue," that's kind of about like all the people that died in 2001. He's actually he used to be a DA, and now he's a judge, I think. But he's like, "Man, that's a great song," whatever like that. And I just didn't think he's even listening. It actually got me he actually paid for my trip to go to Steamboat like 3 years ago, and. I don't know. I think those are like the three ones I can really think about at the moment.
Did those? I mean, when those situations like that happen, did it kind of give you any like momentum or affect the way you were thinking as far as somebody's actually listening?
Oh yeah. Sometimes I'm not a big fan of smoking, but I do like eating my edibles. And you take just a little bit enough where you kind of like forget that everybody's there, and it's just like kind of singing to yourself for a minute, and then you notice that there's other people there, and for to know that those people are listening, kind of like makes you want to try even more. And even though I've played shows where I've definitely played shows where man, nobody's listening, right. I'll go and call out a guy that has a red shirt or whatever like that, and I'll just make some weird songs up. And sometimes I end up actually writing up songs because I'm just making songs up on the fly because nobody's actually listening. But then sometimes when stuff like that happens, I'm like, damn, I should really try harder. And then I just, then I really get into it, and then. Somebody told me I played at Do-Si-Do in Houston with Jeff Canada for his birthday thing. And, that's just a real listener room. And that kind of freaks me out sometimes because, shit, I hope I don't mess up. But one guy told me, he's like, "Man, you're in your own bubble." I was like, "Damn right I was." I didn't know anybody else was there. Yeah, it does motivate me, when I can definitely tell people are listening.
Yeah, I mean, just... for people that play music and stuff, they'll completely understand that. But people that only listen, the struggle is literally getting people to listen, right? I mean, that's half the, or more than half the battle. So when you get that confirmation, I'm sure it's that's all the motivation you need to keep on rolling. As far as so when you started playing out and everything, I'm always also curious, what was some of the like covers that you actually like to play? We all know the covers that people yell at you that they want everybody to play, but
yeah, I'm not a big fan of all those. I'll do my favorite. I think at time was like Uncle Lucius, Keep the Wolves Away. I do some of the off Turnpike Troubadours, like Not Every Girl. I would do Every Girl because somebody asked me, but like I don't mind playing that song, but there's like some other ones like
we understand.
But yeah, like there's some like those. Some of my favorites are like doing like even like now like doing Brent Cobb, Keep 'Em on Their Toes. That's like my favorite. Chris Knight, Enough Rope.
Which is on your album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did y'all just become best friends?
No doubt about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
you're naming all of his favorites.
Yeah,
when he says the Grange, like that's right next to the house over here. And I actually got to open up for Chris one time in Round Top over here, and he wrote that song with Austin Cunningham. And I found out, I was talking to Austin, and I was like, man, I'd like to know like what was the reason y'all wrote Enough Rope? And he goes, well, Chris was just tired of killing people. I was like, so you just decided to kill yourself? Like, the hell? And we just laughed about that. But those are the type of songs I like doing. Like some old Charlie Pride. I'm trying to think of other ones I used to do all the time. I would usually do the ones like where it'd be on the B side of everybody's tapes. The ones that were the least popular, because I think everybody has that same thing where it's like, they're playing that song just to get tips or whatever, and mine is like, I just like playing songs I like. But I did, there's a few times somebody would request a song, like Jimmy Buffett's Pirate Looks at 40. And I was like, that's a damn good song. And that became part of one of the songs in the set if I ever thought about it.
It is crazy. Taking requests sometimes can lead you to songs that you forgot all about or whatever. Yeah. It is nice when that happens. The one that comes to mind, I think, was Mark Chestnut, Almost Goodbye. Like I'd forgotten all about that song. Yeah. And then when I started playing, I was like, oh damn. Like that's so good. Yeah.
And also you can find some cool chords in those songs that actually help you with like actually writing your own songs too. And that's like kind of cool dissecting.
Get you out of your circle.
Yeah. It's just like getting like out of your comfort zone is definitely positive when it comes to that realm.
I think we heard I heard somewhere that Mark, that was the song that he was most proud of out of all of his bangers that he had, which is funny that you brought that up.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of his son? His name's Casey.
I've been seeing TikToks.
I got to hang out with that dude in Steamboat. He's a pretty good dude. And
cool.
He sounds like his dad in some songs. Pretty good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So cool. Steve, we're getting closer to halftime, but I think it'd be I think we should touch on some of the folks that have been on this podcast that I know Mason's worked with and everything. I'd like to know how you got out of some of those connections were made. You were talking about Logan Ryan earlier and Austin Meade. Now, Austin hasn't been on, but we all know who he is. But when you started making those types of your friends that are in the business and co-writes and all those people that become your tribe like that.
Yeah. I know the main ones that I really talk to quite a bit is like Carson Jeffrey. He lives like 10 minutes down the road in Cat Spring, and his wife actually just started a coffee shop called Wagon House, and they do trade days on Sundays. And it's a pretty cool thing they got going on over there. And sometimes when he gets a chance, we'll sit down and write and stuff like that. But it's funny, when I met him, I had no idea who he was. He was coming up to me, asking me who I was in College Station at the Texas Music Picker stuff. And he's like, man, I just live in Cat Spring. And I was like, dude, let's, write and stuff. And then I would take him to Round Top and all these places. And then he started popping off. And I was like, man, dude, that's awesome. That's so cool to see. And then Logan, he had a song called Guess Some Dreams Come True. And it popped up on my Spotify, I think. And I said, damn, that's a good-ass song. And this was before cigarettes and alcohol. And I think I messaged him on Facebook or Instagram, one of those. And I sent him my number. I was like, hey, dude, if you ever do a song swap, that's like my favorite thing to do is song swaps, especially like these little dive bars and stuff like that. And you get to talk shit to each other and stuff like that. And but anyways, I got an offer to go to open up for Jared Morris in Amarillo. And it was like $250, and it's 8 hours for me. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to make that drive by myself. So I just messaged him. I was like, hey, dude, you want to like co-open up for Jared Morris?
We lost him.
Oh,
there it goes. Okay.
You're back.
Got you.
I don't know what happened there.
Right when the story started to get really good.
Well, you started talking. You started mentioning Jared Morris, and everything starts going haywire.
Totally makes sense now.
But so I was like, I texted Logan. I was like, dude, you're only gonna get $125, but I'll drive up there and I'll drive back. I got us an Airbnb, and anyways, we have never talked, in person. It's just been over text message. And so I picked him up in Gonzales at his mom's house, and we drove 8 hours not knowing each other. And then we hung out all night. We got there at Amarillo at like 5 a.m. And he probably thought I was crazy because I love conspiracies. And I was up there and I had all these podcasts, and I was like, dude, can you believe this? We never went to the moon. Are you crazy? How the hell you talk to somebody on the phone on a landline, and all this stuff. And he's probably just like, shut the hell up, And we get there, we drank a beer and went to sleep, and then we played the show, and then we drove back, and ever since then we've just been good buddies.
That's awesome.
And that was pretty cool. Austin Meade, I kind of hung out with him when he first moved to Brenham, because our mutual friend Jimmy, his grandpa actually lives like right behind this house, and he's from Brenham, so anytime he has shows, I would go and play, like be the opener and stuff like that. And I was actually in his. Have you ever seen that Happier Alone music video?
Yeah.
The little furry things they got in the videos.
Yeah.
Me and my buddy Will Pfeffer were the ones who were just like sitting there dancing.
Ah, okay.
That's pretty cool. That was a skate ring.
Inside baseball. I love it.
Yeah, that's cool. Other one I really talk to a lot is Lucas Jagnu, or Jagna, I say his name. But I met him in at Texas Music Pickers, and I gave him like a whole sheet of all these venues to kind of give him a run and start in Texas. And we actually wrote one song not long ago, I think. It was just over text message, but that dude, man, he's so good. Yeah. And this dude too, this Blaine Clower, he's really good, man. If you never, he does a cover of Turnpike's Diamonds and Gasoline. Oh my God, just gives you goosebumps, makes you want to tear up.
Well, we already know he has good taste, so
exactly. All right, I made us go a little long. We can.
It's fine.
Get to the halftime song.
Mason's going to tell us a little bit about Drifter, and that's what we're going to listen to here.
All right, so Drifter is a song that my buddy Don Guerrero wrote, and I was like just kind of starting, trying to figure out new chords and stuff like that. And my buddy Don was like, man, let's just stay basic. And anyways, I was telling him the story how I met this veteran on McCarty Street in Houston, and I was picking up drive shaft parts at Randy's Drive Shaft in Houston. And, those panhandlers, they got them signs up underneath the underpass, and for some reason, I just felt like compelled to go and talk to this dude. And I stopped at the gas station, and I walked over and I asked for a story. He had dog tags on. And I was like, man, I don't know why, but I just got to talk to you. And I asked him the story, and he just basically like, I went overseas 3 times, came back, wife, kids, house is gone, all that stuff. And I was just like, man, that sucks. I'm so sorry, And he could have been lying. I don't know, but I just, for some reason, I believed it, and I just fell for the guy. And I went back to the gas station, and I got a 6-pack of Lone Star Red, and I gave him a $100 bill, and then I just kind of created from there. And I've had one of the coolest stories was that guy that gave me his Commander's coin, and his name is Shane. And then another one, I got a message at like 3 a.m. and I was probably playing Call of Duty or Madden or something like that. He messaged me this long message, and he was like, man, I don't know whether to hit you or hug you. And I just was like, man, I prefer a hug, but if you need somebody to hit, I'll be your punching bag, whatever. And he basically was just saying how that song, he heard it and he didn't pull the trigger. And I was like, dude, that's better than any dollar can any ever give anybody. And I don't know whatever happened to that dude. He was from Georgia, I believe. But I don't know. That's basically what it is, how the government doesn't take care of our veterans like they should. They just throw them around like rag dolls, like pawns in a chess game.
Well, if y'all haven't heard it yet, you're going to hear it right now. I think you will enjoy it.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah. Silent button.
And I was drunk and picked a fight, sipping on this whiskey, drinking for the night. I lost everything I had, I'm trying to make it right, 'cause I'm a drifter. I had it all, I lost it after the damn war. See my brothers died on the battlefield, nightmares nipping at my heels. A poor man's soul can't take this kind of toll. Yeah, a poor man's soul can't take this anymore. Every time I get close, it always seems to fail. I could have had it all, but I chose the road to hell. Drifter, I had it all, I lost it after the damn war. Seen my brothers die on a battlefield, nightmares nipping at my heels. A poor man's soul can't take this kind of toll. Yeah, a poor man's soul can't take this anymore. You know what it's like to live alone. Have you ever felt like you meant nothing to this world?
Yeah.
There we go.
Heck yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, hell yeah. I love the inside baseball. Just knowing kind of a little bit more, because I had a thought in my head about generally what it was about, but knowing the story now means a little bit more. So that's awesome. I do want to ask, you touched on this a little bit on the conspiracy thing, but I feel like we have some time to get into that. So I think you even mentioned potentially about pursuing the conspiracy thing, maybe potentially a podcast or something like that. Tell me what's going on in your head with that.
Oh, I just I want to make this. It's really stupid, but I think I told him I want to make this podcast where it'd be called What Up, WADDUP, and it'd be, I think if I remember right, it was weird alien dimension something, and then untimely poops.
There we go.
And the reason why I want to make it that is because when you type in the search bar, it pops up What Up podcast,
Yeah.
And I was thinking that, or I've been thinking about just calling it Unsupervised.
Also good.
Easier. But I kind of want to do it where it's a little bit of everything. It's not just tied down to one thing. And more like if you ever watched like Shane Gillis podcasts.
Sure.
Just around with buddies and where they just do stupid stuff, talk about what's been going on, I guess. And I feel like, I don't know, I do enjoy talking to people. And then again, I don't enjoy talking, but I really do, like, especially, you can always tell you really can tell when you're having a good conversation with somebody. And then sometimes, like, I don't know, I can just think about the times when I haul dirt to people, especially older folks. Like, for instance, like, long story short, there's this guy, he takes care of deer and breeds them and all stuff like that, and his wife's got dementia, and he got nobody to talk to. And I'll haul him dirt, and I'll sit there and just talk to him for about 30, 40 minutes, and he just kind of rambles on, and I just like listening. And it's just cool meeting interesting people and, just something like down that avenue.
Yeah. Well, that's important. It's important for him. You might not know it, but it is. So good on you for doing that. Mm-hmm. If we're going to go down the road of the conspiracy theory, give me like your top 3 kind of conspiracy theories that we all should buy in on.
My top 3. Oh man. I was just talking to somebody. I think the Titanic had something to do with the Federal Reserve being put in. So I think the Titanic sunk in 1912, right? Actually on today, April 14th, right?
Yeah, it was right around middle of April, yeah. And
I think it was sunk. So there's allegedly, there's 4 guys that's supposed to be on there. J.P. Morgan and these other 3 dudes that were all in control about the Federal Reserve. And for some reason, J.P. Morgan couldn't make it, but the other 3 did. And the other 3 that did make it and died on the boat, all were going to say no to the Federal Reserve. Well, they died, and then the next year, almost exactly to the date, the Federal Reserve was made.
That's wild. So I get confused. Sometimes stories fit so well that you're like, okay, that has to be true.
Oh yeah, I'm the same way. I don't know what to do. Right? I don't know what to believe sometimes. It just sounds so good. Like I can almost understand why people would say the Earth is flat, which it ain't. But I can see, because if you watch the videos, they make it very compelling. And you see, I guess the other ones is the other one. I think that one's pretty out there with the moon landing. Like, also they went and did a launch on April Fool's Day. Like, are they just feeding us a bunch of? Are they just? I feel like they're just feeding into the conspiracy stuff. They're just trying to make us lose our mind.
Have fun with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, why? That's what I would do. I like
100%. Yeah. 100%.
Well, that's what I would do. I'm like, hey, let's lean into this. Let's make them seem even more crazier. You know?
I do have a question about the.
So it was April 15th was the Titanic.
It was April 15th.
Yep.
Tax day, of course. Yeah, the moon landing thing, I never understood
more
the
to
phone.
The conspiracy.
Yeah.
I never understood the phone call. Like, because if you lived in that time, getting a clear phone line was virtually impossible just to call your neighbor.
Yeah.
And that never made sense to me, but I'm sure there's a reason or whatever. But
my only I guess argument on the side of how you could make the phone call is they would never tell you the actual way they actually made a call, because they probably know the government probably has more better technology that they're actually telling us.
fair.
And I think what I heard was the way they were to position satellites or something like that. It could take the signal from a phone line or a landline to whatever they have, kind of like a payphone, I guess. That's like the best example.
Okay.
And that kind of makes sense, but still the whole like the tapes, the videos, and just the stuff like Neil Armstrong after like just certain things he said in press conferences. Like, you go back and listen to this one he said to a bunch of people who are about to graduate. It makes no sense what he says. There's a bunch of just weird things, you know. Even I'll give you another one that's kind of I just thought about was I think a lot of the nuclear bomb footage that they have, you know, with the houses and stuff in the background. I think the tapes were fake, because how would the footage survive?
I assume they would have to have some sort of like bunkered camera, right?
Yeah, it'd have to be
something.
like almost like a submarine like thing.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
So many questions out there that we will maybe revisit this on Mason's second interview.
And also questions that we will never know, probably.
Right, 100%.
You know? Also, I think aliens are real.
Okay. What about ghosts?
I think I'm sitting in a house full of ghosts right now, honestly.
Okay.
Good
ghosts, bad ghosts? Hard to tell?
I don't know. My cousin, the house I'm in, she believes that ghosts are demons, which I don't believe that, because I've seen a lot of weird shit, and I don't believe it. I have a weird theory. I will try not to make it last very long. But I have this theory that, and the reason I believe this is because, everything's about frequencies and all kinds of other like little things like energy and stuff. So one day I was at my grandparents' house and I was trying to start the microwave, and I put 5 minutes and I hit start. The thing spun, but the time never went anywhere, right? So then it did it about a few times, and I was like, damn it, Granny, I'm hungry. And it started all by itself. And I was like, all right, that's weird. And the best way I try to explain it is, imagine a hotel or like a condo where, like, say I'm living on the bottom floor and y'all are living on the top floor. You're walking around too loud. I'm sitting up there going, hey, shut up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What if for a certain 5 seconds, 10 seconds, the energy frequency matches up, so not only are you hearing noises of them moving around or cabinets opening, but maybe they hear you just as well in some other place where they're at. That's, if that makes sense.
It'll make you think. That'll make you think, for sure.
It really helps when you're, taking so-called illegal things.
Fair enough.
We need Mason and Brent Cobb to write some songs together.
I would kill the 3 people I would kill to write a song with is Brent Cobb, Adam Hood, and oh man, I can't think of his name right now. I'll think of it later. But Brent Cobb is like that. He has a song called "On the Other Side of the River." Favorite.
Amazing.
It's so good.
Well, it only took to 54 minutes and 59 seconds to get an Adam Hood reference. I sometimes think that there's a friendly Adam Hood ghost that will show up in our podcast.
I need to get the clip of Brent, the damn part, ready to throw in there whenever.
100%.
Yeah.
I to this day I think that Adam Hood's I think it's called 21 to Enter live album.
Yeah, it's amazing.
One of the best acoustic albums.
You wouldn't find any arguments here. We are up against it, so we're going to bounce right into a little rapid fire soul gravy, if that's okay.
Yep.
All right, and then we'll have one question to finish up with. You already answered the ghost question, so I think you said that you do listen to Spotify. So any idea who was on your top 5 or top 3 last year? Your Spotify Wrapped?
Number 1 was Doug Moreland.
Okay.
Doug Moreland is my favorite. I love, and you want to talk about conspiracies? Oh man, he raps. I'll tell you one real quick about him. He said he kept telling me on and on. He said George Washington was supposed to be King George, and he started a rebellion, so that's why he made the United States. I was like, come on, man. I don't know about that, but whatever.
That's wild.
Yeah. But, so Doug Moreland. Who else was my top one? I'm pretty sure Brent Cobb was on there. And I know I listened to a lot of he has a song called Spider John's my name friend. William Allen Ramsey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. That's
A lot of him.
Grateful. Is there some music that you listen to that would be kind of considered outside of the genre?
Oh yeah.
Like, give us something that you'd listen to that might not be in the world that you operate.
There's this guy called Medium Build. It's like upbeat electronic music. I love lo-fi music. I love all music except for if there's like mumble rap or something like that.
Yeah,
I can't do
tough.
it.
Right.
Mumble rap, screamo music, stuff like that. I can't do it. But I love lo-fi music. I do. There's a thing where I try to get my kids to sleep. It's called it's a playlist called 432 Hertz, and it's just like white noise, kind of like just ambient music and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that on my wife.
Hey, I'm telling you, it works for me. I get the song 2 and I'm out.
Yeah, nice. All right,
And
so
that's probably that, and I have to listen to a lot of Sabrina Carpenter. There's a whole bunch. I mean, I kind of go through a whole range of it. I've been in a kick here lately. Like my kids listen to this like kiddie music, like kid music and toddler music, I guess. And so I'll start making like these little. My buddy told me there's this AI app where you can like sing into it, and you can put lyrics into it and stuff. I can't remember what it's called, but my 3-year-old, he was telling me a story about this bear in the woods, and his name was Jerry. So I wrote all this down. I started making stuff up, and I put in this AI thing to make it sound like a toddler song. And so I've been trying to write like kid music, because have you seen how many streams those things get?
Oh yeah, it's insane.
I mean, it's nuts. I watch stuff on YouTube that's got like 34 million streams and stuff, and I'm like, good Lord.
I'll solve some problems.
Mailbox money, man.
Oh yeah. All right, great answer. Since you've considered starting a podcast, who would be your first guest?
I don't know. Probably my buddy Reagan. He plays guitar for me, and we like to like this past Friday he came over, and we did some shrooms, and it was awesome. Had some good talks, and I think I'd do something like that, or I probably get Logan, or I've been trying to, like, when he asked me to go do like drive his van around and stuff like that. I've always wanted to, but again, we just start drinking too much, and there's a lot of talks in there that you can't really put out there. And I'm not good at editing. I would just put it all out there,
Right.
kind of thing.
Neither are we, actually.
Be good.
Yeah, to be fair, it's hard.
But that'd be I don't know, that I got a lot. I would almost like, I almost don't even want to get any musicians or anything. I just want to get buddies that just I know have good stories, and like a bunch of cowboy buddies, and stuff like that, I guess.
I'm thinking like you and Logan or whoever would have he was like, dude, we recorded for an hour and a half. There's only 20 minutes on Spotify.
yeah.
What happened?
Sorry, buddy.
All right, I have 2 more questions, and I'm going to hand you off to Soul Gravy for the big finish. First concert that you attended, and then first concert that you paid to go see.
Man. Well, first concert I ever probably attended was my probably my grandpa's. He used to put on these, which is kind of funny. Remember those like don't do drugs?
The Dare.
I remember they had a Dare. That's what it was, Dare. Yeah. And he would do these like concerts for all that kind of stuff like that. And then he would put them on. He'd put all these other ones on. And my uncle, who was a cop for Austin County, he would dress up like Elvis, but like fat Elvis, because he was a pretty big dude. And he would ride his motorcycle on the stage and stuff like that. And like I said, they'd have saxophone. I got all his old gear. I have his old guitars and stuff like that. And that's probably ones I actually like. Probably the first ones I've ever been to. And just for context, I guess, my parents, they'd never like really taken me anywhere. Like there was no eating out. There was no, let's take a drive to McDonald's. Yeah. Like I've probably only eaten at a restaurant with my dad maybe like 4 or 5 times.
Okay.
I'm 35 now. But probably the first one I ever paid for. Oh man. I think probably Ronnie Millsap.
Oh, nice.
At one of the fairs over here. There's probably some more in there because all the fairs. Austin County Fair is probably one of the oldest ones. Washington County is one of the oldest ones. Fayette County is pretty up there, but I don't know, probably one of them.
I was gonna say didn't see that one coming, but that's
Dude, Ronnie Millsap, man, dude. Here's another conspiracy. I don't think that dude's blind. Same with Ray Charles. I don't think he's blind either.
Either way, he's got an excellent sense of humor about all of it, because I've got several of his vinyls, and he's either the album title or songs in there have something to do with sight or see or whatever the case would be. Right. So I mean,
There's a stranger in my house.
Exactly. Yeah, stranger in my house. He's like something.
How do you know?
Exactly.
All right. Last question I have for you. You've played some pretty cool venues in Texas. Where's a venue that you would like to play in Texas that you haven't played? We like to speak these things into existence. And then maybe one outside of Texas that you'd like to play.
Well, here lately, I don't know. I really don't have it's not like a stage that I say that, like, I used to always say I want to play at Grand Ole Opry. I think that'd be really cool. But now I'm like, I can care less. I'm just happy I get to write music. I'm happy I got all these kids that I can share it with. I'm happy that they're kind of getting into it too. And but I guess in Texas, I think Billy Bob's would be pretty cool. But again, I really don't like my favorite places are the small places like the dive bars and stuff. I have this idea. I think I told you this before. About with Carson and Lucas and Logan and going around all the dive bars, kind of what Garth did, but it'd just be all acoustic,
right?
And something like that. But
that'd be cool.
I've always wanted to play Green Hall, which I'm actually getting to play that one in May.
Nice.
May 27th, I think it's a Wednesday. I think another cool one would be Devil's Backbone. I've never been there. I've drove by there before. I wanted to go drink a beer, but I got too drunk at this other place, and I just didn't make it. So,
yeah, well, these things happen. Fun fact: Soul Gravy. I took the Brits to the Devil's Backbone, and we saw Adam Hood, which is pretty cool. Yeah,
that's a cool place.
Yeah, it's great.
The Brits are the Rugged Revival, by the way, for the
yes. Sorry,
folks that don't
Doesn't
know.
Everybody know who the Brits are?
I think there's more than 2.
Probably.
I'm trying to think. I've always wanted to play Lukenbach, which I actually got to do that this year on Father's Day. I played with Waylon Jennings' band, and I got to do Way More Blues with the band. It's funny. The way I got it was because I sold cedar posts to his guitar player, Big John Mills, and then I used to when my dad used to the steel player. I cannot think of his name, but he's out of Hallettsville, and my grandpa used to get. I think they used to trade cotton and gravel and other stuff like that, and I was like, that's pretty cool, I got to do that on Father's Day, and I brought my kids with me, and I got to do the Way More Blues, and that was really cool.
That's a great day. It's a great day right there.
Yeah, I'd say like Green Hall was definitely it would be a cool one. Devil's Backbone, the one I haven't been booked there yet, but that's a cool place. Outside of Texas, I've always wanted to do I think Red Rocks would be cool just because of where the location's at. And I think American Aquarium did one. I want to say it's them or Shane Smith. It's like inside of a cave. I want to say it's like somewhere near Kentucky or something, maybe.
Yeah, it's south of Nashville.
Okay, yeah,
the caverns.
Yeah, the caverns. That's what it is. I think
looks amazing.
That'd be so cool.
I know. I had the chance to go there this weekend. And
what's wrong with you?
I decided to play music with our band instead of. I was like, boys, I hope you know, like literally, I have a place, and it's Wilder Blue, Taylor Honeycutt, and Band of Heathens. Like it. I know, and I'm like, man, you guys don't even know what I'm sacrificing.
Responsibilities.
To play a gig with you. We don't have anything else booked, maybe throughout the summer. So I have to I'm like, man,
thanks, guys.
What the hell?
Yeah,
and they don't even understand what that means to me. You know what I mean? Like they don't get it. But either way.
Wilder Blue, man, that's one hell of a band.
Oh my God!
When they first got together, we got to open up for them in College Station, and I was like, "What the hell are we doing here?"
Right.
I was like, "Man," and they just I don't know. I don't even know how to. They're just great. And Zane Williams, that's the guy. Zane Williams, Brent Cobb, Adam Hood. If I could get them three to write with,
yeah.
So I learned during the Wilder Blue interview that Brent Cobb actually produced their last album.
Yeah.
And they were basically, Brent told them the same thing what you just said. What the hell am I doing here? Like, I mean, are you sure you guys need me?
Everybody feels that way.
Yeah.
I hear
around them, right?
Yeah, they're amazing.
But I think the caverns that'd be a cool spot. There's there's a video. I cannot think of the name of the band, but they have a video on YouTube that's gone kind of crazy. I think they did a video in Iceland on top of the volcano or something like that, and they do it inside of a cave, and it's pretty cool.
Sounds badass.
Yeah,
exactly. All right, real quick before we get to the final question, what's it like, or from your point of view, what's it like when you get to go to some of these things and your kids see folks react to Dad's music?
It's pretty cool. I think they're probably like, why are you home so much? Because I work for my dad all the time. I'm usually going sun up, sun down, and but like when I got like yesterday, I just wanted to. Yesterday was my birthday, so I just wanted to go and do something, and so I chose to go to Logan's house. And there's some times where I just tell my dad, hey, I ain't coming to work, because I honestly think that I got enough, I guess for bills. So money's never going to buy back time for the kids. So I'll forever be poor or whatever until my kids move out. Probably not, because I got to pay for cars and shit like that. But I'd rather have that time than have money, I guess. I care less. But seeing them, they're like, such and such. I'm like, yeah. And especially living in a small town, like when you ask the question, do I know all 250 something people in town? It's pretty crazy that when I go somewhere, like I'll be in Denver, Dallas, wherever, and I'll know somebody, and they'll be like, who don't you know? Why we run into somebody? I might not know who they're like, what's up, Mason? How's it going? I was like, what's up, dude? I can't think of your name right now, but I'll figure it out,
Man.
Hey, brother.
Yeah. My favorite thing is to say, what's up, guy? How's it going?
I was told the trick behind that is to introduce them to whoever you're with.
That is the trick.
That way when they introduce them, yeah.
That's smart. That's really. I'm gonna do it next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's. That would be really cool, though. I could only imagine, as far as the fact of the kids, seeing their reaction if you're on stage playing, especially your songs, and look over and there's some folks singing along or whatever. I imagine that would be.
I guess part of it too is like it's seeing them see you chasing something you dreamt about. And like
not in that town or in that,
yeah,
Yeah. that they could do it too if they wanted to, if that's what they wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal. All right, man. Well, the conversation wasn't really good, and this is this is gonna go way downhill for this question. But we need to know what is Mason's favorite Little Debbie snack?
Little Debbie snack?
That's what
I ain't got one.
You ain't got one?
Nope. I don't even remember the last time I even ate a Little Debbie's.
Well, how about yours? That one?
Does that offend y'all? Because I've never even had. I don't even know even.
It definitely doesn't offend us.
No.
I'd rather
I was
you
just trying to
say
think of, like, some of the most redneck questions I could ask on the first episode, and then then it actually stuck. So that's sorry,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like the Little Debbie's. Are those the cookies or like Twinkies almost or something? Or what are they?
Yeah,
more like a Twinkie. Little snack cakes.
Yeah, so think of like the Christmas trees or the oatmeal cream pies or the Swiss rolls, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So my grandma used to have those Christmas tree ones a lot. But the one that we used to do all the time, especially like city folk that would come out here, we'd have those moon pies and we'd put them out in the grass, whatever, and make it look like cow shit. And we just go grab it and we go eat it. They're like, "What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?" And you're like, are you an idiot? Why would cow shit have any cream filling in it?
Yeah, that's perfect. Well, clip that, print, please.
Yeah. Got it.
Well, Mason, thanks for. We appreciate you making time. I know you got a busy household, but we appreciate you making time and hanging out with us.
Thank y'all for having me.
Folks, make sure you go follow Mason wherever you steal music. Also, probably find him on socials, whatever. But it takes a couple seconds to do that. We would appreciate it.
And go to a show.
Yeah, buy some merch. Yeah, absolutely. Right. We will be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. with Ashton Naylor. So that should be fun. Come join us.
Dude.
Appreciate it, Mason. Thanks for your time tonight.
Absolutely, man. Thank y'all.